Oh, it'd be because I didn't turn the sound on. Hello. Should I keep this on or?
No.
Okay, I think I should be okay. How are we doing now? Now that I believe the sound is on. There we go. There we go. Okay.
Yep, there we go. Okay.
Sorry about that. Yay, sound. All right. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Just trying to figure all this out. Hey, look at my shirt today. I tell you, sewing shirts are my jam. Hashtag, I know it's backwards. Sewing with my girlfriends. Like I said, I know it's backwards, but there you go. Hashtag sewing with my girlfriends. Felt like it was very appropriate today, right, Jess?
Mm-hmm.
Jess is with me. We are at home and in Logan, Utah. Yep. Oh, I'm glad it wasn't you two. I'm so sorry for the sound. Although, oh, it's not backwards? Oh, it's backwards to me. So I'm glad it's okay for you. That's good. Good to know. All right. Love the shirt. Oh, thank you. Sewing with my girlfriends. You know, today is kind of a chilly, cold day outside. It's been raining. And so I thought, you know, I'm just going to stay home for a little while today. I will be going into the office a little bit later to get some caught up on a few things, but I thought I would do the webinar from home. So this is what you see behind you. Me is my kitchen. So it's not snowing here yet. We expect some snow maybe here in the next day or two, but right now there is no snow. So welcome everyone. If you, a few pieces of advice is to shut down everything. In fact, I'm going to take that advice myself. I'm going to close out all my windows other than this window right here that we're on. So if you're trying to multitask and you're having issues with your internet, you might not want to multitask for a little while. Okay. All right. How are we doing? How are we doing?
It's just you this time.
It's just me. It's weird. I want to have a split screen with somebody right next to me talking. How many of you were on last week's webinar with my sister, with Kimberbell? We had a lot of fun. Someone told me we were a little too chatty. Oops. Yeah.
Nah.
That's okay. I like to talk. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. She said, thanks for doing this. More businesses should do this. Well, I'll tell you what, nothing like having a virus that pushes you outside your comfort zone a little bit more. I'm glad I was already doing some of this stuff before all of this hit because it made the learning curve a little bit easier for me. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're just doing a little bit of small talk right now. I get it while we're waiting to get the recording started. But as a lot of you are getting on right now, we had to close our Sandy store for the meantime. So that one is an hour and a half south of us here in Logan. And that is just like a suburb of Salt Lake City. And for those of you who may not know, or maybe you had heard, we did have an earthquake 2 days ago down there. And that was very unsettling. Forget the pun, no pun intended, but it was very unsettling emotionally too for a lot of people. And it was just one of those things that you just go, holy cow, what's next, right? So we've got the virus, we've got the earthquake, we got snow coming pretty soon, and we just want to see spring. That's all. We just want things to get back to normal. So that's why we're encouraging people to stay home and to learn what you can online and continue this great community that we have begun, that has been started for a while now, and we just want to keep going. So thank you for being a part of it. Margie says, never ask what's next. You're right. I'm not, forget that from my vocabulary. Let's see. Oh, I know it's just crazy. Cecilia says we're on day 4 of shelter in place. We've been able to get out of a couple walks, getting lots of quilting and embroidery work done. Are you in California or Washington, Cecilia? New York? Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So Samantha, thank you. This is her first time tuning in. Wonderful. I hope you enjoy yourself. Really, what we are trying to do is just help build a great community of people who love to do what we're doing, and, just be there for one another. And we're all in this together, as they say. I should break out in the song from High School Musical. Every time I say to my employees, we're all in this together. You know the song? My daughter's rolling her eyes at me. I have you know, I love that musical, High School Musical. She does too. So they say, but I won't continue singing. This is my joke. They say I might look like an Osmond, but I am not an Osmond. I don't sound like an Osmond. All right, here we go. I am day 3 of teleworking in Washington. I've got nothing to do. Well, I'm glad you are here, Keela. All right, so if you have not done this yet, you may, if you're by a printer, if you're not, it's not a big deal, but you may want to bring up your worksheet. Can you put that up, Jess? Okay. Jess is putting that up. You'll see it coming up here on the sidebar, I believe. And that is your downloadable worksheet to be able to follow along with our webinar. So everything, what we usually will do, every webinar we always do a monthly webinar, a free monthly webinar in the club. And then we, on occasion, will do other webinars for everyone. So this is one of those everyone webinars. And we always have a worksheet that goes with it, so that it's kind of a nice little agenda. It helps carry you through so you can see what's happening, what's going on, what am I going to be talking about, and be able to take some notes. And I encourage you to do that. So if you haven't already printed out your worksheet, go ahead and do that right now. All right, should we get started? All right, let's go ahead and pull up my slideshow. And I'm going to start my presentation. Ta-da! Look at that. You can still see me. Woot woot.
So,
what's that?
mine's a little delayed.
Oh, Jess is a little delayed, she said. Okay. So does everyone see it now? Sweet. Okay. So here I am. And we're talking about the 4x4 hoop. What is a 4x4 hoop? That's this. That's a 4x4 hoop. So I've got a question for you first. Jessica, will you pull up a poll? Mm-hmm. I want to find out who machine embroiders already and who has never tried it but would like to try. So take a look at where the poll is, and I want you to answer whether you are absolutely addicted to machine embroidery or whether you are brand new to it, never touched it, but are intrigued to learn more. So let's see, where are we at with the poll here? Go ahead and click on an answer.
Publish. Sorry.
Oh. Okay, so yes, I'm addicted, or I've never tried, but I am intrigued. And I am going to step away for just a minute while you answer that question. You see my worksheets? That is weird. Okay, so it looks like most of you already machine embroider and are addicted. And so if that's the case, you're in the right place. If you have never tried but are intrigued, 8% of you are there. If that's the case, you're in the right place still. So what I'm hoping is that, hey, Jess, could you just check the car for me real quick and see if I left that on there? Okay. The beauties of working from home. So the good news is that no matter where you're at with your machine embroidery experience, you're in the right place, because we're going to talk about having fun with the 4x4 hoop. And for a lot of people, that is a great place to start. I highly recommend starting there. If you've never done machine embroidery, this size hoop is perfect. Now, I will tell you, it won't be long before you say, I'm ready to move up and I want to upgrade. No, nothing there? Okay. But if not, that's okay too. All right. You can stick with a 4x4 hoop for a long, long time without any troubles. Okay. Well, you'll have some limitations and I'll talk about that, but it's still a good place to start. Now, those of you who have bigger machines, you still want to learn more about the 4x4 hoop for many reasons. One being that if you have a lot of people will get a second machine that is smaller for travel. How many of you want to lug those big machines around? Not me. And so I'll tell you, a 4x4 hoop is a great way to go. Smaller travel machines. So again, even if you have a machine already, you might be interested in owning a second machine that is smaller so that you can, be able to travel with it, take it to classes, have, have a backup machine and whatnot. Now so let me show you that. Well, let me stop the slideshow for just a second because I want to explain. Stop. I want to explain something here. 4x4 hoop. This is also kind of considered a 4x4 hoop, but you can see it's a little bit bigger. This is actually like a 5x5. Okay. Different brands will have different size hoops. Okay. So you want to pay attention to that. When we talk about the 4x4 hoop, we are not talking about that the design fills the entire thing. There is an embroidery field to be aware of. So I'll talk about that in a minute when we talk about grids, okay? So just know that the way the hoops work is that it will say a 4x4, but it's not, this obviously is not square, right? So the embroidery field is just smaller. It's almost like a 3.9 by 3.9 on this one. On a Janome, it is a little bit bigger. You get a little bit more space. Not a ton, but enough to have a frame around your face. All right. Let's talk about what exactly is machine embroidery. Because I know some of you are going, yeah, Chris, I know what machine embroidery is. But there may be some confusion. So when I'm talking about machine embroidery, I am not talking about machine applique or applique on a sewing machine, okay? There we go. All right. This, my friends, is machine embroidery. You can see that there's an applique on there. I'm going to take you through step by step of how to do that. And then there's a satin stitch around, although some designs you can actually have a blanket stitch go around and the embroidery machine is doing it. With machine embroidery, you really are touching a button and the machine goes. And you have to watch it. Sometimes you can set it and forget it like a crock pot, right? But sometimes you have to really watch it. If you're like me, I love watching it because I'm so mesmerized by it. So machine embroidery has lots and lots and lots and lots of stitches going through your whatever your project is at one time. That's why it's important to use something we like to call stabilizer. because fabric is not meant to have all those stitches going through at one time. It can get puckery. So you have a stabilizer and you have a hoop. Those together is what you add your background on. I'll take you step by step through that. That is just a brief background of what it is, okay? All righty, so, no, nothing? Okay. I had printed out some papers at work this morning, and I think I left them at work. So, oh well, we'll get this, we'll still move forward.
Can you do it on my computer?
Oh, yeah, I think, of the PowerPoint? The PowerPoint, yeah. I love my daughter. Can I just say, she's pretty awesome. Okay, it's nice having her here with me right now. All righty. There we go. Janet says, look underneath your laptop. Nope. That would have been a good guess. I'm usually like, it's right in front of me.
Where's your computer
I don't know. Oh, actually, the bad guy is not here. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. So in this webinar, we're going to dive into exactly what machine embroidery is, why a 4x4 hoop can become a gateway for your new creative passion, and learn some tips for perfect hooping and placement of design. Are you ready for that? Okay, so we already talked about what machine embroidery is. And the 4x4, again, is your gateway towards a bad addiction, as some say. It's a good addiction. It's a good addiction. But before we get started, again, try to turn off distractions if you possibly can. I know some of you moms who are homeschooling right now are saying, yeah, right. So do the best you can. We have my trusty daughter here, Jess, who's going to help on the chat box. So if you have any problems with any part of this webinar, hearing or whatever it might be, she can help troubleshoot. And your webinar worksheet will help guide you through today's class. So again, if you haven't downloaded that yet, go ahead and print it right now, or just follow along and enjoy yourself and have a good time. And make sure and stay with us until the end, because as you know, on these webinars, we always give special promos for webinar attendees only. So does that have anything to do with buying a machine? It might. There might be something about buying a machine that's a killer deal. We have a few other fun things too planned. Plus, I have some great giveaways. Super excited about that. How about some embroidery design, some great scissors, all sorts of stuff. So all the things. We're going to have a great time. All right, moving on. So again, defining machine embroidery, you can have an applique that you put on with your sewing machine. And a lot of us are used to doing a blanket stitch around an applique. But boy, years ago when I bought my first embroidery machine, I was blown away when I saw that you could actually do applique fabric and have the machine. I was like, how does that machine know how to do that? Somebody tell me, well, that is just crazy sauce, right? How does it know how to do that? Trust me, it does, my friends. It knows how to do all the things. So we're going to go through that today. And machine embroidery, if you thought that it was only for doing a monogram on a tea towel, oh, my friends, you are so wrong. It is way more than that. So many of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta love machine embroidery. The problem will be you're gonna love it so much it might be a while before you get back to your quilting. And that's not really a problem. It depends how you look at it, right? Okay. All right. So the 4x4 hoop. Obviously, that is our beginning models of embroidery machines, right? So a lot of people are nervous to get the 4x4 hoop. Well, excuse me. A lot of people are nervous to get a larger machine because they go, I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know. You know, it's such a big investment. Where a lot of people are scared of just getting the 4x4 hoop because they feel like there's nothing they can do with it. And I'm here to prove you wrong today. There's a lot of fun things you can do. So what I want to say is if you are realistic about the fact that there will be some things you cannot do with a 4x4, but you also have a positive attitude about the many things you can do, then life is good. Life is good, right? So it's all about your attitude, right? Isn't that with everything right now?
Especially Corona.
Especially right now. Especially right now. It's all how we look at it. So again, if you're realistic about the fact that there are some things you can't do with a 4x4 hoop, okay, there are some things. However, if you have a positive attitude about the many things you can do and you focus on what you can do, then your life is going to be much better. Okay, let's move on. There is no reason you can't make stunning projects. Notice I said stunning, right? Within the confines of a smaller hoop. You just have to know what you can do and do that well. So what can I do? This is what I can do well. And there you go. There you have it, my friends. Wisdom from Chris. Oh, I love it. I love it. Loving life right now. Okay, so I thought I'd grab a few photos from Kimberbell. Now, there's lots of wonderful designs out there and lots of great projects out there from lots of different designers. But you know, I kind of like Kimberbell. So what can I say? I'm going to show you pictures from Kimberbell. So look how adorable these little hoops are. These are ornaments. This is from, what do they call this? Nativity. Oh my goodness. If somebody is out there who can help me, all of a sudden my mind just went. It's the, oh, I've got the CD right here.
Oh, the Christmas nativity.
There we go.
Happy hoop decor.
Happy hoop decor. Happy hoop decor. There we go. These are all done for the 4x4 hoop. Now, how adorable are those for your Christmas tree? A lot of people did those this year for Christmas. Notice the fringe coming off of the wise men. Okay, that is all done on the embroidery machine. Happy hoop decor. Here's the whimsy Christmas. These are all Christmas ornaments. My friends, you could do a whole bunch of these starting now that you're quarantined and be able to have them done by Christmas, right?
Christmas gifts.
Christmas gifts, check. So these are all done on the 4x4 hoop. We've got the designs, we've got the hoops, we've got the thread kits, you name it, we got it, okay? So love the fringe on the wise one. Mine never looked that good. Really, Tracy? Oh, I promise you, it can look good. One of the keys to doing that, for those of you who tried fringe embroidery, you might want to try a water-soluble thread in your bobbin.
Just the bobbin.
Just the bobbin, not the top, but just in the bobbin, because then you're able to, rather than cutting those threads from the back, you can put a little water to it, it will disappear, and now your threads are going to pull up to the top. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm so sorry. But for those of you who have tried fringe embroidery, I think that is one of the tricks of the trade. Water-soluble thread in the bobbin. Okay. Anita asked, do you have to rehoop the ornaments? No, this is all done in one hooping, my friends. All one hooping. All right, so let's move to another one. There's the Christmas ones. There's just 2 of the Christmas ones. How many are on these? There's a lot.
There's 12 ornaments.
There's 12 ornaments on each CD. Oh my gosh, they're so stinking cute. Look at that tree. Again, that is done with fringe embroidery, okay? So super cute. Yeah, you definitely have to do a design that is digitized for fringe embroidery. You can't just pull it out of, thin air. So remember that. Okay, how about some other fun projects? All done on the 4x4 hoop. We've got Kimberbell's, let's see, I got one of them here. Pennants and banners. Okay, super cute. Look how fun those are. Now, these come in all different sizes. You can do these on the 4x4, 5x7, 6x10, 8x12, and 9x14 hoop. So these are the small ones. How adorable are those? I mean, so cute. You can make banners for every season. So this one is the Summer Lovin'. It's got a darling watermelon, ice cream cones, fireworks, all the fun things that we want to think about right now, right? Those are all done, can be done on a 4x4 hoop. Sue's asking, where can she get them? mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. It's all there. Scroll down on the main homepage. There's a link that says Kimberbell. Click on that. You'll be given, it's everything. Pages and pages of Kimberbell. Okay, to die for. Do I have one to show? I don't have one to show on this. Okay, how adorable are the sweet feet, my friends? Okay, those sweet feet are so stinking cute. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. All right. I do have a package of sweet feet here with me. Okay, sweet feet tubes, I should say. Now these little guys are done on a 4x4 hoop. And then you can buy these little sweet tubes and put candy in them. People have put, what else? So many things. There's been bobbins that have been put in there if you're doing a sewing theme, chapstick, you name it. There are so many cute things, okay? So sweet feet tubes. Boom, boom, boom. That can be done on a 4x4 hoop. Are you getting some ideas of some possibilities? Yes. Cecilia says traded in her Janome for a smaller 550E, still very luggable. I love the 550E Janome machine, Cecilia. Yes, definitely. That is a great machine. Okay, now it doesn't get cuter than that. Come on, my friends. If you are wanting to have a little girlfriend party, or you just need to, you know, want to make a cute little thing for some of your sewing friends, look how cute is that. That's done from the Sweet Feet CD and the little bliss sticks for the heel. Okay, it just doesn't get cuter. That's one of the fun things about machine embroidery. Again, when I said it doesn't, you don't have to just do a monogram on a tea towel. This is what I'm talking about, right? There's so many possibilities. Okay, and then how cute is this? Everybody loves baby, everybody loves small. And let's see, Jess, can you grab me both of our baby CDs over there? Okay, right here, boom, 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 right here. Kimberbell has some darling 4x4 designs that you can add to burp cloths, that you can add to onesies, you name it. It is so, so cute. So 4x4 hoop. Are you seeing that you're not as limited as maybe you thought you were? Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about, those are just a few things, but there is so much out there. Again, don't let this limit you. So in the beginning, I talked about how you have the 4x4 hoop. But this is obviously not a square. Where did my, oh, here we go. We got a grid. A grid and a hoop. I am going to turn off my slides for just a minute. There we go. Okay. Let's see if you can see that. How many of you use the grid? I know a lot of you are like, I have no idea how to use the grid. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that today. And so this is larger than a 4x4, right? But the grid, let's see. Oh, there we go. This is your embroidery field. So really don't let the grid confuse you, because, or don't let the hoop confuse you. When you see the hoop, please don't think that you're getting all of this. You really just have this part right here, okay, within that field. It's about, like I said, it's about 3.9 by 3.9 on this particular machine. Everyone will be just a tad different, but pretty much that's where you're going to find those, okay? Now on the Janome one, this is like a 5, well, ends up It looks almost like a 6x6, but really it's more of a 5x5. So again, you see the embroidery field. All right. Your embroidery field's there. Your design will not go all the way out. Here, it stays within there.
Can you buy the grid separately?
Can you buy the grid separately? It's a good question. I think so. I do not know as a positive, but Jess, will you text Dad and ask him? Because I don't know for sure, but I would imagine you could, because a lot of times people will actually lose the grid, and it's actually one of my favorite things to do. So, okay. Yeah, I'm sure you can. There are people who are saying yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Dad said yes. Mike says yes. So the answer is yes. And Adam said yes. See, I love when my staff is on here too. It's awesome because I just don't have all the answers. Okay. Your machine should come with the grits. Okay. But
if you've
lost it. Vicki says, Maria, we're doing Lion's Fringe in class. Yay, it was part of Dealers Exclusive. So yeah, Vicki, wherever you're at, definitely a lot of, check out your local quilt shop and find out if they've got classes being offered on all of these things, because that is a wonderful thing. So definitely check that out. All righty. Going back to my slideshow. Okay, so how do you exceed the size of a small hoop? There's a couple different options that I want to talk about. The first one being that software can help you get there. I love software. It doesn't scare me too much. I keep things fairly simple when it comes to software. If you have Embroidery Works Every Day, there's a lot of softwares out there, different machines. The Embroidery Works Every Day will go on any machine. It doesn't have to be a Baby Lock machine or a Janome. It will work on any machine out there. But you can use software. How does that work? Well, that's a whole nother class, right? But just know that software can help you get there. What it will do is it will split your designs. It will do like an auto splitting for you, if you will. So if you have a bigger design and you're wanting to be able to embroider it, but it doesn't fit into your 4x4 hoop, your software can help you split the design and be able to do it that way. Okay, yes, it is Mac compatible, Cecilia. All right, and Margie, yes, the webinar will be available afterwards for viewing. All right, but what I want to take you through step by step today is how do we multi-hoop, all right? Because let's say you're embroidering on a towel, a child's name, okay? And that child's name, you want it bigger than what this is. You're like, I want it as big as I possibly can get. How can I do that? Well, let's show you how. So I'm going to be patient with me for just a minute because I need to move this camera around so that you can see me. Showing you step by step how to do this. So Jess is here to help. So Jess, what I want to do first is I'm going to hoop right here below. And I will.
I'll make the screen bigger.
Let me make the screen bigger.
Make everyone sick.
Yeah, I'm going to make you all sick. Let's see. We're going to stop that. There we go. Okay, just a second. Stay with me, folks. All right. Here we go. Not too bad, right? Can we get that? We are doing the best we can.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, Jess, you keep me posted on this. So I just grabbed a piece of white fabric. I'm just practicing here. And I have a piece of stabilizer. I want you to just try this, even try this at home. Before you try it on an actual project, try it at home and see, if you're successful with this. What I did was I drew a line down the center of my fabric of where I want that name to go. Obviously, my embroidery field is from here to here, and I want it to go longer, right? So that's why I have to multi-hoop. So what I did was I drew a line down the center so that I can keep my letters going straight across all the way down. And I drew it with a pencil for today, but actually I would prefer, if I had a water-soluble pen on me, which, you know, if you're like me, you can't find it in your sewing room. Yeah. I used a pencil, but if you're going to do this, use a water-soluble pen. You'll be much happier. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I have a center line right here on my grid. That's where I'm going to want to hoop it. But also, I really want to start my design about right here. If I hoop it this way, take a look. It's outside of the embroidery field. Excuse me. Okay. So again, make sure it's within the confines of this area. It might look like it's going to go in the hoop because it goes on the grid, but you've got to make sure it's down here in the embroidery field. Okay. All right. Now I have my hoop ready. Okay. And I'm going to loosen the screw because I want to be able to have no problems whatsoever in popping this in. So I'm going to place that right there. And I'm going to place my grid into my hoop. And again, I'm moving it down so that the line is on top of the drawn line and my starting point is within the embroidery field. Now what I'm going to do is lift this up so it's not a magic trick or anything. You're just going to push on your grid, hold your hoop both sides, and now I'm going to move this over and pop it into the hoop, just like that. Now, I know you probably can't tell, but my line is way off because I kind of played around with it a little too much as I was moving it. Whoops. So now I'm going to, and this is a little bit hard where I'm not over top of it. I'm going to do my best so you can see and I can see, but I'm just going to play around with it. Does it take a little bit of patience? Yes, it does. Be patient with yourself.
Somebody said if you use double stick tape on the bottom of the hoop, it is easier to keep things together.
Yes, excellent idea. Did you all hear that? Great idea. Use double stick tape, put it on the bottom of the hoop, pull it in. You shouldn't have any problems. Great suggestion. Great tip. Okay, but take a look. I'm good to go. So I can pull this out, and now I'm going to put it on my embroidery machine. And so, Jess, can you play with this a little bit here? I'm going to pull this. Turn on my machine. That would help, huh?
There you go.
Oh, is it not?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we unplugged it from it came unplugged from the wall.
It helps when your machine is plugged into the wall.
This is live TV, people.
Exactly.
No retakes.
Okay. I am stitching on the Baby Lock Verve. This is a sewing and embroidery machine. All right. So can we see that okay, Jess, the screen?
Yep.
Okay. All right, because I'm doing this a little bit blindly because I can't see what you guys are seeing. So Jess is going to help me out here. All right, so I'm going to do a name and I'll go into letters and I'll choose this one. You can see that I have my entire alphabet here. If I needed to scroll, I would just come over to the side arrows. So because I'm really in the mood for spring, I'm going to stitch out spring. S, P, R, and then I got to go back to the earlier page because the I is over there. I want you to pay attention to something that's going to happen right now. Ooh, nope, not going to let me do it. It says the pattern extends to the outside of the embroidery frame. Add no additional characters. Boo-hoo on you. Darn you, 4x4 hoop. That's okay. I'm going to hit OK and realize that if that message comes up, that's as far as I can go. I can only do SPR, but that's okay because I know that I can add the ing in a second hooping with no problem at all. All right. So I have the SPR and I'm going to hit set. Now, because I'm going down the embroidery hoop, I want to rotate it. So I'm going to hit rotate and 90 degrees. And now you can see that it's going vertically down. All right, we good there? Mm-hmm. Okay, and hit OK. Now I'm ready to edit end. And this, my friends, is one of the most important things I can teach you today. Before you do anything else, for really good, for good positioning to be able to multi-hoop, there is a little button that in fact, I can't even remember the name of a needle position is what they call it. I was like, what is that called? There's a little needle position button that has a needle and it has a square with the red X, okay? I would say that most machines have this, no matter what brand. So you might have to check it out a little differently and see where yours is located. But the needle position is what you want, and I'll show you why. We're going to do that. Up comes this screen. And I want my needle position to be in the bottom left-hand side of the letter. Now, I know it looks like it's going to be up here, you're looking at the top, but you have to think of it going sideways. So when you think about when letters are being stitched, they always start at the very bottom left, okay? So I'm going to go right there, and I have my needle position in place because this is where the letter is going to start, and I'm going to hit OK. All right, that's really important. If you don't do, well, you'll see why here in a minute, because having it in that position lets me know where to put my next letter once I rehoop. I'm going to hit embroidery. And one more thing, there is a little scissors here that's highlighted in purple. This stands for my cutting of my threads. I want to turn that off, okay? So if your machine doesn't have that little icon right there, look in settings and turn off your jump stitches for this, okay, which I just did right now. And that is really, really important. And you'll see again why here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put the presser foot down. I'm ready to rock and roll. And do you see that right there? And maybe I'm going to move this box. Let's see if we can get right up close. Are we good?
Yeah.
All right. So the green button is telling me go for it, Chris. So here we go. Should have put in a darker color thread. Okay, it's going to do the middle of the R, and then I want you to pay close attention to what happens next. There we go. Do you notice that it took the next jump to where the next letter should be? And that's why we cut off the jump stitches here, because I want to have that as my point to, it's like my jumping off point to know where to put my next letter. So what I'm going to do is I will, let's see, I've stopped it. I'm going to pull this up. It's going to go back into place, and I'm going to take a pencil, and where that thread went into the next hole, I'm going to just do a little mark with my pencil right there. Okay, that is now the mark that I want to make sure and line up when I do my multi-hooping. All right, so there we go. Yeah, and now I'm going to cut my threads so that the top and bottom are done.
Wait,
okay.
This has a cutter on it?
This has a thread cutter, folks. Thread cutter, life-changing. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pull this out. Let's pull it that. Okay, you can see it's looking pretty good. And again, here was the mark. That was where my last thread jump went to. So that's where I know I need to line it up. Okay. I'll reposition this by putting my grid in there. I'm going to loosen up my hoop a little bit so that it goes in real easily. The tip about using like a double stick tape on the bottom is a great idea. All right, but for right now, I'll go ahead and do this. Now, what I want to make sure of, remember, I've got to make sure that little dot, this little dot is within the embroidery field, not on the outside. If I'm on the outside, I'm too far. If I'm way down here, I'm too far. I'm not going to have enough room, and the embroidery machine is going to say, sorry, try again. So what I want to make sure and do is I'm keeping my line centered on the line that I had drawn before on here, and I am keeping my little dot. It's like having a registration mark. I'm putting that within the embroidery field. All right.
There's a question.
Yes.
Why does it go to the next letter if there is no letter chosen yet?
That's a good question. It would, well, because that's just where it stops. It would, I mean, you wouldn't have, how do I say this? It's just where the needle will end up stopping is where the starting position would be. But yes, you wouldn't know that it has a next letter, and you simply, normally you wouldn't be turning off cutting those. Normally you wouldn't be turning off cutting the threads. So hopefully that made sense. I'm like talking and doing this at the same time. Okay.
So if you had your thread cutter on, it wouldn't have done that last one.
Yes, if my thread cutter was on, it would not have done that last jump. Now there's lots of ways to do this. This is just one way to show you. Okay, so again, my center line is right here. My registration mark is right there. And I'm going to tighten my hoop. And put it back into the machine. Okay, so it's finished embroidering. I'll hit OK. And I'm going to back out of it real easily by just hitting the little hoop right there. That will take me right out of it. And I will start this process again. So if you remember, I went into this alphabet. I'm now going to do the I, the N, and the G to finish this.
Scoot it up just a bit.
Okay, so I just did I and G, and I hit set. Remember, we want to rotate it because we want it going down vertically. So I'm going to hit rotate and 90 degrees. So it's changed the direction, and hit OK. Now hit edit end. And do you remember what the next step is going to be in order to be able to find that where we start at? We want to do the needle position. And I'm going to put it right there in the top left hand, but it's actually, if you were thinking of it being turned, it's in the bottom left hand. Or you could go right here, and that will do the same thing for letters. Okay, so either one of those spots will be fine. And I'm going to hit OK. Hit embroidery. My jump stitches have been turned off. Okay, my thread cutting mechanism has been turned off. That's what I want. Now, really, because I'm at the end of it, it doesn't matter. I could have it on. It would be just fine because I don't have to, you know, continue on. Like someone had just asked, like, about that, right? I could turn it on. It wouldn't be a problem, but I just have it off for now to just reiterate what I'm doing. And now I'm ready to do this. So I'll go ahead and put my presser foot down, and let me get this computer at a different level here. There we go. Sorry, the lighting's not the best. And I'll hit start. Oh, oops. Yep, there we go. Sorry, I should have also mentioned that if it doesn't go to the exact place you wanted it to,
Do you want me to?
Let's see, what's that? Oh, if it didn't go exactly to the place you wanted to, you could actually move that screen. You could move that by toggling the up and down arrows to get it right over to where that dot is. And I should have showed you that. In fact, you know what? I still might. Let's go ahead. I'm going to cut that because I want to make sure that makes sense, because you won't always get it on the dot the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out, and just by one, I'm going to lift up my presser foot here so we can see it a little bit better. But there is a dot right here, and I was pretty close to being on, but not quite. So what I would do is with my arrow buttons, I'm going to just move it. Whoops, and that was a little too far. I can see that if I pull my needle down, that doesn't go in that place. So I'm going to do a few more this way. I'm going to jog it this way, put my needle down. No, a little bit more over here. Boom. Maybe one more. There we go. That needle is right where my dot is. Okay, so I should have shared that with you first, but now you know. That's why we have the dot. And I need to have that. Okay. And embroidery. Okay. And go. Okay, so it's finished embroidering. I'll cut my threads and let that do its thing. Oops, pull up my presser foot. And there we have it. We have a much bigger, let's see. That does not look very good because I got all these threads coming out. But you can see that that is a lot bigger than that embroidery field right there. Where we used to think that you might only be able to do right here. Now look at it. I was able to go all the way outside there. All right. Whew. All right. So font for Appliques. So whether or not you can use this font for Applique. No, this one is not for Applique. It's not designed for that. I would imagine it'd be kind of a pain, but you could possibly, if you stop the machine after, because it went around 3 times, you could do it where the first time it goes around, it does it, then you stop it. Be kind of a pain. And then it goes around again, and then you stop it, and then it goes around one more time. We'll talk about applique here in just a minute. So, all right.
How do you determine the size of the letter?
How do I determine the size of the letter? It just depends on what my project is. Your screen will show you what size your letter is. All right. So I just kind of, you can make it smaller. That was the largest on this particular font. But you can certainly, there's a medium size and a small size, and you just touch the button as to medium, small, and large. All right, so that is kind of an idea that will hopefully get you started on multi-hooping and not being so scared of it. And what I want to encourage you to do, like I said before, is try it out and see how you like it. See if it works for you, and play around with the different settings on your machine to see if they are similar to what I just showed you. All right, let's move on. So that's multi-hooping. Now, there is something else out there called the multi-positional hoop. Have any of you ever tried the multi-positional hoop, or did you even know there was a multi-positional hoop? It's not on every machine, because the multi-positional hoop is really for the smaller machines. It gives you a little bit more leeway. You can see that the embroidery field is much, longer in length, but you're still limited to your width. Now, what I want to say though is this, that sometimes people get confused and they look at that multi-positional hoop and they go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I can do designs as big as that. Yes and no. Yes, you can, but you still have to do it in steps. It's not all as one, okay? Because your embroidery field is still a 4x4, okay? So remember that embroidery field is still a 4x4. But you don't have to rehoop as many times. So for example, I could have done the word spring like I just did, and I would still have to bring in SPR and then ING, okay? But I wouldn't have to rehoop. So I hope that makes sense. All I would have to do, you can see, and I'll show you an up-close picture here in a minute, but take a look at this picture where you see that there are 4 prongs on there, and it's because we will actually move our hoop down the line a little bit. Let me grab a picture here real quick and see if this can make a little more sense. So you can see on the left-hand side that on this particular machine, there are 2 clips on the embroidery unit, all right? But there are 4 posts on the side of the hoop. It's because you're going to be using like the front 2 clips, or front 2 posts, on the clips. Then you'll move it to the center, and then you can move it again. So what it does is it saves you time. Really, it saves you time. And if you want another class on exactly how to do that, I would be happy to do another class or webinar on just the multi-positional hoop. Okay. So yeah, every brand might have something different. Does Janome have a multi-positional hoop? Will you check on that? All right. Carolyn says, if you want a second embroidery machine and your largest hoop is 9.5 by 15 on your main embroidery machine, what would you look for in a second embroidery machine as the hoop sizes? Well, I always say my thought on that is I would always go for the largest hoop I could afford. Okay. And that's the most reasonable to take with you traveling. The 9.5 by 15, 9.5 by 14, 10.5 by 16 that some of these machines have now, they're heavy. They're heavy. You all know that, right? So I would recommend getting the largest one you can afford that's still travel size. I love the Janome 550E. I love the Baby Lock Aventura because it has it goes up to a 6 by 10 hoop. So I definitely would say that you want what you can afford, and that's still travel size. Now the 4x4, even with like the Verve or the Janome 230E, you just have still some great options there, and it's so portable. That's the thing, it is so portable. But if you can afford to go a little bit higher, my feeling is always, if you can get to a 6 by 10, 6 by 10, you'll pretty much be able to do anything. With a 5 by 7, you still can do a lot of Kimberbell things with a 5 by 7, which is amazing. So it's just, that's where we start with the 4x4, but if you can go up higher, I always recommend to go a little bit higher. Now, think about this, my friends. Having a machine this size is also great for a child or for a teenager who you think, I want to get them an opportunity to start a new hobby. Now is the perfect time to have them start a new hobby, right? Get them sewing, get them doing embroidery. There's nothing as sweet as a child's own name, right? So if they see that they stitch that on their own things, they're going to feel so successful. It's really going to be amazing. Now on the 4x or on the Baby Lock Verve, the other added benefit is that it is a sewing machine too. So not just an embroidery machine, it is a sewing machine as well. Okay. So we do have some specials. Ooh, you know what? I forgot to go. Let me go back. Let me go back because I want to talk about applique. I almost forgot to talk to you about that, which is my absolute most favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna go back to this design here so that you can see what I'm talking about. When we are talking about applique on an embroidery machine, can you believe that you can actually do a design with fabric? So all those beautiful fabrics that we all love, you're going to be able to do on an embroidery machine, and it's going to look perfect every time. So I'm going to take you step by step of how to do just that. All right. So we're going to just turn this little baby around a little bit. Here we go. There we go. All right. So I'm going to take this tea towel. This is one of the polka dot tea towels from Kimberbell that I absolutely love. And grab my hoop again. This time I'm actually going to use a sticky back stabilizer. Any of you love sticky back stabilizer out there? I need to turn on my chat box here to see if I have any questions. Okay. This has a paper side and then a shiny side to it. Now, what you normally do with sticky back stabilizer, let me see if I can get this in here, is you would put the shiny side up, place it in there. Whoops, other way around. and put your thing up. And it is thicker, so it's kind of, and it's slippery. So a lot of people struggle with putting this in. So I want to show you one of my tips for hooping, okay? Can you see how, I mean, it's thick, right? I'm going to show you a little trick that I've learned. What I'm going to do with my sticky back stabilizer is this. I'm going to start to pull it back to expose the sticky side to it. Then I'm going to place the bottom of my hoop right on top of it. Just like that. Let's see if I can get there. And now I'm going to pull the rest of it off. So it's actually coming from behind. And I'll just trim up some of the excess here, just so it's out of my way. Okay. So look at that, my friends. There's your new tip for sticky back stabilizer. It's actually just stuck to the back. Boom, boom. Then you don't have to mess with it. Then what I like to do is just bring it up around the top. Just like that. Okay. Ta-da! Life-changing. Did you know you could do that? All right. Click reconnect at the top of the screen. If I'm oh, that was a message from you.
Me.
I was like, oh no, what happened? Okay. Good tip? Are we good? Okay. The reason why I love sticky back stabilizer, obviously, is because I don't have to hoop this towel. Just can you hand me those Target stickers? Okay. Now there's another great product out there from Dime that are these little Target stickers. Okay. This also can help you find exactly where you want to be. It has, let's see, little crosshairs there. And I'm going to say that I want my design to go right here. Now, these are repositionable stickers. You can use them several times. There's a whole bunch that come in a box. Let's see. There we go. So if I wanted, but excuse me, I'm going to put my arrow going towards the top. That would be a good thing, right, Chris? Okay. If I wanted to rotate my design, I could actually take that sticker, rotate the arrow, and then I would know like where to rotate my design. Again, that's another day, another lesson. But for right now, that's where I want to be. Okay, so then what I'll do here is I'm just going to stick this on top. Just like that. You can also reposition. It's just a very low tack, so I can reposition if I want to. And now I'm going to push that all in. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Okay, I could put this in if I wanted to. I don't need to. I'm just going to go ahead and place that in here. Okay, so let me pull up my design. Whoops. I'll go right here, get rid of that. And my design is already on my USB stick. So both of these machines have a USB drive here so that you can take a design from your computer straight to here and scroll through until I find this one.
Samantha says, this makes me want to buy an embroidery machine even more now.
Oh, yay, Samantha. I'm so glad. Just wait till you see how Applique works. It is the coolest thing ever. Okay, so I don't want to rotate it. I don't want to resize it. I'm good with how it is, so I'm going to do that. But notice my little arrow keys. can you see this on here, Jess? I can move this, my arrow keys, so that I go right in the center where my crosshairs are on the sticker. Okay. Perfect. That's exactly where I want to be. Now, the only thing is, don't forget to remove your sticker. Don't ask me how I know that. And I'm just going to set it aside and I can use it again another time. So now I know that my design is exactly where I want it to go. I'm going to hit embroidery. Now, for those of you who are brand new to embroidery, I want you to remember 3 things. There are 3 parts to an applique. There is a placement stitch, okay, that will go around. That shows me where to put my fabric. There's a tack down stitch that will then go over top of it. And then there's a satin stitch. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second.
Is the sticker at the top of the design or the middle?
The sticker, I put my sticker in the middle of my design. Yep. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my presser foot down and hit start. And it's, again, this is going to stitch the placement line. So on your worksheet, if you're looking at what are the steps to applique, the first step is the placement line. Okay. Can you see that? Okay, so now it stops stitching and whoops.
Yeah.
All right, and just cut those threads, make sure that's out of the way. I want to get rid of that thread right there because I don't want it underneath my applique. Okay, for those of you who are brand new to machine embroidery, let me point out something to you. This is what's so cool. I'm going to take this square piece of fabric. I don't have to cut it out beforehand. What am I trying to say? I don't have to cut it out beforehand. It's a square piece of fabric. This is such a great way to use your stash. So as long as this piece of fabric goes over top of the placement outline, I am good to go. So I'm going to just put that over that, smooth it out, just like that. And now, whoops, I'll hit start again. And now the second part of the applique is the tack down stitch. The tack down stitch is what holds the fabric in place on top of your background. I just realized that, whoops. Gotta love that. Thread came undone. Let me pull that out. Sheesh. Okay. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let me just hurry and rethread this real quick. In the meantime, while I'm rethreading, any questions out there that Jess can answer?
Do you use a basting stitch to outline the outer edges of the design?
You could. You don't have to, but you certainly could. If I were stitching on something that was slippery, I would definitely use a basting stitch first, just to hold everything together. But you, most things you do not need to. Okay. All right. I think we're good. So let me turn this back around. And I'm going to back up my stitches. Let's see. There we go. So I can start anew and start. I just stopped it so I can hurry and trim that thread and get that out of there. Okay, so if you can see that, I will bring it up a little bit closer here. What it's done is the tack down stitch. Let's see. You see the flower outline? There we go. So what I'll do now is I took it very carefully out of my hoop. Let's see if we can get this in there. And I'm going to take my double curve applique scissors, which are phenomenal. Love those. Can't live without these for machine applique. See how they're a little skiwampus? They're bent. Yeah. But what that does is it helps you get right into the hoop. And what I do is just simply trim the outside of that line. Okay. For those of you who are brand new, who've never done this before, is your mind blown? Tell me, because I would love to hear that yours is as excited as the rest of us are now about machine embroidery. Right, Jess? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Easy. That wasn't bad, right? So there you have it. So now I'm going to put it back onto the machine.
They're asking what thread you're using.
Ooh, I am using Hemingway thread, and I'll show you that here in just a minute why I love it so much. Okay, so this next stitch is going to do a running stitch as a decorative stitch around the in the center of the flower. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, that is so fun. Okay, there's one last step. I'm going to show you just the beginning of it. I won't make you sit through the whole thing. But the final step when it comes to an applique is the finishing stitch all the way around. In this particular, on this particular design, it is a satin stitch, which means it's going to go back and forth to cover that entire raw edge. Now remember, my friends, all you need to do is touch the button. This machine is so smart and knows exactly what to do. So I'm going to start it and then I'll stop it so that you don't have to sit through the whole thing, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, I'll stop right there. So let me grab, Jess, can you grab me that towel? Okay. Here we go.
It's like the cooking show.
It's like the cooking show. It's the magic of television that I pull it out of the oven. And here you go. Look at that. How cute is that? All done on the embroidery machine. So much fun. So much fun, you guys. It's going to open up a whole new world of possibilities for you. It's fascinating. Again, when I first learned about it years ago, again, I've been doing this for about 15 years. It's just amazing, all of the fun things you can do. Now, would you believe you can actually do piecing in the hoop? In fact, Jess, could you grab me some of those projects? This is a cute little pin cushion. This is on Piece by Number. This is a little pin cushion. I just haven't stuffed them yet. But this is like paper piecing, my friends, but all done on the embroidery machine. Not once was it taken to a sewing machine. Not once. It was all done on the embroidery machine. The piecing, the quilting, and even putting the backs on was done by the embroidery machine. How adorable is that little kite? And look at how it's paper pieced. Paper pieced. Not really. It's all done on the embroidery machine. Okay. These little cute little cinch sacks. Love them. Again, all done on a 4x4 embroidery machine. We used a little bit of puffy foam. I call it poofy foam. Puffy form right here to make those berries stand out. It says Merry Christmas. And what a cute little thing to put little, like a thing of nail polish in it and some chocolate. You know, be thinking about all these gifts that you can make with an embroidery machine. Again, these are all done on the 4x4 hoop. Here's one of my favorite projects. This is a little earbuds case. Even the zipper is done on the embroidery machine. Yes, you heard that right. For those of you who have never done a zipper on an embroidery machine, it is true. It stitches out a line. You place the zipper on top of the line with a piece of tape. Can you believe that? Piece of tape, and then it stitches over top of it. It all is done on the embroidery machine. Here's a cute little, this is from Pocket Tags and Banners. This is a cute little one that we did for the 4th of July. It's got a little pocket in there. There's number pockets. There's all sorts of things you can do for countdowns. This one's not a Kimberbell one. This one is Embroidery Garden, but I grabbed it from the shop because it was so cute. Look at the zipper, how the rickrack are the teeth, and it comes out, and it's a little monster zipper pouch. Ah, are you dying? So stinking cute. Okay. So lots of fun things you could do with an embroidery machine, and in the hoop projects are my absolute most favorite thing to do. So, all right, we are ready to wrap this up. I hope you've learned a few things, and I'm going to bring up my slideshow again so that I can share with you our deals for today. All right. Oh, let me just scroll through this real quick. Yeah, we done that. We done that. By the way, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, so my friends, the cool thing is that there are some machines we are allowed to sell online. Shops can sell certain machines online, and there's a lot of machines we can't sell online. If you're looking for a bigger machine, come see us. In Sandy or in Logan, call us. It's by appointment. We still have our technicians there. We still have I myself will be in Logan. My husband is in the Sandy store right now. We can help you. Just give us a call. We'll set up an appointment for you to come in and take a look at some bigger machines. But if you are looking for a great travel machine, for those of you who already machine embroider, or you want to just get started, and this is a great place to start. Or you have a teenager who wants to start a hobby and learn something new. These are some great options, and these are machines we are able to ship anywhere in the country. So I'm so happy to share with you the Janome 230E, which is the MSRP is $9.99. It is almost half price at $5.99. This is an embroidery machine only. Okay, so there's no sewing to it. This is embroidery machine only. Now, as right now, we have something going on where they get if you purchase one, you get a free membership to the club. If you are already a club member, we will give you a gift card for what you paid for the club. Okay, pretty cool, right? So that is something we have going on right now. However, for being on the webinar, we've added 2 more additional bonuses for you all that is not part of the regular shop, but is part of the webinar special. And that is we are giving you a $50 Kimberbell bundle where we're going to include some of these kinds of designs, you know, whether it might be this or this one or the banners. We're going to come up with a $50 bundle. If you want to choose what your bundle is, I'm totally cool with that too. You just let us know. And you're also going to receive the book called Machine Embroidery in 6 Easy Lessons. This is put out by our friends at Dime. But I went and grabbed this from the store this morning, and we have 2 other books that I think are really good. So you could actually have your choice of any of these 3. There's Welcome Baby. Now, these are designs that have a CD. The book has a CD in it. So this is Welcome Baby, and this is Sweet Stitches. These are all by our friends at Dime. So you could choose. Do you want Machine Embroidery and 6 Easy Lessons? Do you want Sweet Stitches, or do you want Welcome Baby? These are normally $39.99. So even if you want to purchase one of these, you certainly can do that as well. Okay, on its own. But we're going to give it to you free, and we will ship anywhere in the continental U.S. for free. For those of you outside of the continental U.S., give us a call. We'll be happy to see how we can get you the lowest shipping rate possible. Okay, so that's the Janome 230E. It is an embroidery machine only. There are a few differences between that and the Verve that I was on. The Janome 230E is a black and white screen. The Verve is a full color screen. That would be one of the differences. You do have a little bit bigger hoop size on the Janome 230E than you do on the Verve. Okay, so those are some other differences. All right. We also are so happy to be able to announce that we are able to ship anywhere in the continental U.S. for free on the Baby Lock Verve. That's the one that I was showing on the webinar today. That has an MSRP of $12.99, but your price is $6.99. And I want you to pay attention to the fact that it is sewing as well. So you have not only an embroidery machine, but you have a sewing machine all in one, which is a great deal. This is a great little travel machine, or someone who just wants to get started. You do get the webinar bonus of 1 year free club membership and a $50 Kimberbell bundle of your choice. We'll call you and make sure and get you what you want, and one of the books. Okay, that's part of the webinar bonus. All right. And again, your price is $6.99, regularly $12.99. Okay. Killer deals, my friends. There's never been a better time than now to get in on an embroidery machine. All right. Next deal. For those of you who are buying the Verve, or maybe you already have the Verve, we are offering the multi-position hoop today for $20 off. So there is a webinar special of $69.99. Normally that hoop is $89.99. So for being on the webinar, you're going to be able to take $20 off. Jess, do we have these? You're putting the offers in there? Perfect. Oh, awesome. All the offers are online, but are you putting the offer in the chat box? Sweet. She's so good. So go to the chat box and you'll be able to be taken right to the website, and we can get that all taken care of for you. So if you're interested in the multi-position hoop, which is what I talked about earlier, the webinar special is to save $20. All right. And then finally, if you're interested in that cute little Sprout CD, we are offering it for $10 off today. So whether you already have an embroidery machine but you might not have this CD, then you could get on a great special. You can get it for $19.99, and it's normally $29.99. So that's the cute little Sprouts, which is so adorable. And if you were on the webinar last week with Kim, you saw that she is coming out with baby onesies that already have the side open. Is that amazing or what? And it's already serged, it's already open. It's so easy to put on the hoop. You embroider and then you just stitch up that side. It's awesome. Can't wait for those to come out. So, all righty. And let's see, do I have anything else? Oh, well, I want to let you know, join the club, join the club. If you like today's webinar, then you might just be interested in what we have to offer in the club. It is a great deal. It's $149 for the entire year, or you can break it up into installments. So Jess has the link right there for you to be able to do it in installments, or just pay for it all at once. If you pay for it all at once, you actually save a lot more money, okay? The club is filled with patterns and printables, and our QC vault, which is the quick clips library. So many hundreds of patterns and videos and everything, online classes. If you've wanted to make Broomhilda's Bakery, Jingle All the Way, the Hoppy Easter bench pillow, all those classes and more are available in the club for free. Okay, for free. So it's all part of your club membership. So we would love to thank you. Heather says the club is amazing. Nancy says thank you. I love the club. Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, we do a monthly webinar in the club that's free. It's a great time to get in on it right now, especially as we are all being asked to stay home. So the club is a great way to go to still be a part of a growing community, and we are having so much fun in the club. I love it. I love seeing what you all are doing. So please, 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 if you haven't joined yet and you've been on the fence, think about it. Today is a great time because you can either do it as the $149 for the entire year, or you can break it up into installments too. So payment installments. All right. Will this webinar be posted in the club? Yes, Janice, it sure will. So all of our webinars are always posted there so that you can access it anytime, night or day. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, it's time for a giveaway. How about that? You guys all stayed with me till the very end. So I want to make sure and do something special for you. So what we're going to do is Jess is going to go on to our main Facebook page and post about the giveaway. What I want you to do to enter the giveaway is tell us something new you learned from today's webinar. So pretty easy. That's all you have to do. Just share something new you learned from today's webinar. So what am I giving away? Well, let's see. How about 3? Jess is looking at me like, what are you going to do, Mom? How about, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do 3 $50 gift cards to the shop. Okay? 3 $50 gift cards to the shop. We are going to give away to use online. Okay? Because we're all about the online right now, aren't we? So make sure and post. Jessica, do you have that on our Facebook page yet? No. She is on it right now. So she's on it right now. Post something new that you learned from today's webinar. We're going to choose 3 people to win a $50 gift card to the shop. How's that? So sound good? All right. Any questions? It's Q&A time. So let me get off here and chat. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. Let me tell you, challenging times we're trying to navigate, isn't it? Yeah, I love that the small hoop can be so full of options. Thank you so much for saying that. Whew, okay, what do we have going on? Tell me some good stuff. Questions. Just the hoop sizes for the specials? I'm not sure on that question. Ask me again on that one.
How big is that multi?
How big is the multi-hoop? It is 4 by
6 and 7.
6 and 7/8, I believe.
7/10.
7/10.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's bigger than the 4 by 4. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's like a 4 by 7, something like that. What was the name of the sticky stabilizer that was used with the towel? It is from Baby Lock. It's just sticky back tearaway. Sticky back tearaway. All right.
Will you deliver to West Jordan?
We will deliver to West Jordan. Yes, anywhere in the Salt Lake Valley or in Cache Valley, we are happy to deliver. Even if it's a machine, if it's fabric, whatever it takes. We want to be here for a long time to come, and these are a little bit rocky times. So it's all good. It's all good. We're all going to get through this. But we do want you to know that we are here to help you with whatever you want, whatever you need. So whether it means we need to do in-home delivery, Mike was down in Salt Lake all day yesterday doing in-home delivery to people. Whether you want to do pickup, if you're local and can come by the shop, we can meet you outside at the curb. Not a problem. Curbside service. So no problem at all there. Oh, what about Hemingway thread? Someone asked about that. Okay, let me pull this out. This is my favorite thread. I have lots of favorite things. Don't I, Jessica? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can never have too many good things in life. Let's see. I was looking for my little stopper here, and I don't see it.
Will you tell them after the webinar's done? It will be posted.
Jessica wants me to let you know that after the webinar is finished, everything will be posted on Facebook, as well as I'm looking for my little topper here. Everything will be posted on Facebook for links, as well as we will send an email out with all the links. So not a problem. Marianne asked, where can I get Hemingway threads? She's in the Las Vegas area. Always check with your local quilt shop first. I'm a huge proponent of that. And if you can't, we carry it. So we're happy to ship that to you. No problem at all. My goodness, I don't know where I put my little cap, but I'll show you this anyway. Okay. The sad thing is, I thought my sewing room was a wreck, and now I'm making my kitchen a wreck. Anyone out there can feel me on that one? Crazy. Okay, here's Hemingway thread. Why do I love it? Because of this, my friends. Because of the cap on it. It is a clear see-through cap. You can see that the thread comes out just like this. You can put it resting on top of your machine, or you can do it to the side. Either way, whatever works best on your machine, whether it's vertical or horizontal, and it just comes out like that. And the nice thing is, this is the best part of it all, is that there's a little cap that I can't find right now. And you just place it right on top of that little hole. Does Jessica have one? Jessica has one. She is so good. Okay, here we go. There we go. Do you see it? There's a little cap. Pop. And out comes the thread. Let's see. There we go. You can see it right there. Out comes the thread. And then when you're done, you simply put the little stopper back on top and trim your threads like this. And now you don't have thread hanging all over the place. Am I right? Or am I right? Look at that. Everything's protected. It's protected from the oils of my hands. It's protected from dust. It's protected from the coronavirus. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. This is what we need over our entire heads right now, supposedly. All right. Okay, so there we have it. There is your spool, your Hemingworth spool. Again, this just comes right out. This can actually come off as well. Okay, if you didn't want to use that, but I like to use it. So, okay, that's Hemingworth. I love Madeira thread. I love Robeson Anton thread. I'm not too much of a thread snob. A good quality thread, I'm all there for it. The reason why, and I love this, is because of this cap. So, yes, each spool does come with a plastic sleeve. Okay. Never knew to leave it. Oh my goodness. Someone said Judy says, oh my goodness, I have Hemingworth and had never knew to leave it in the case. Yeah, you don't have to take it out. Isn't that great? Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
We get embroidery work.
You can get embroidery works again from your local quilt shop, or give us a call and we can take care of you. So yes, great question. Let's see. Is the thread 40 weight? Yes, it is thread. The thread is 40 weight. Can the Little Sprout CD work with a Melco, a Maya multi-needle embroidery machine? I believe so if your format is EXP. Do you remember, or is it BMI? Kelly, what is your format on that? And I will certainly see. Show me. What brand of scissors was I using? These are cheap scissors. To be honest, these are my paper scissors.
Not those scissors.
Which ones?
Your embroidery scissors.
Oh, Jessica's like, Mom, she's talking about your embroidery scissors. Ta-da! Okay, I am so sorry. The DST, Kelly, yes, it will work on your thing. DST. Yep. DST, yep, right there. Boom. Okay, embroidery scissors. These ones are Hemingworth, but yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. Bend it, and then it has a curve. It helps you get right up close to it. Sorry that I thought you were talking about this. See where my brain is today? Of course, we were talking about that. Where can we find the flower you put on the tea towel? That is a Kimberbell design. Fancy saying that, right? And that was from one of the spring CDs. I don't remember. I'll have to look for that. And what was the name of the design with the teeth in the zipper? Oh, yeah, super cute. This is called, I believe it's called Monster Bags. This little guy. Whoops, that way. Okay, Monster Bags. Okay, to be a part of the giveaway, Jess is posting it on Facebook after the webinar. She's trying to keep up with all your questions right now. So after the webinar is over, after we're done, she will post it and you can put your comments there. It will not be on the club page. It will be on the main Facebook page, okay? Janet, yes, embroidery.com, yes, they carry that thread as well, okay? When is Little Sprouts pattern available? Right now. Yeah, it's available right now. So that's fun. We've got them in stock.
Okay, I know that some of us, we don't have a baby lock, but the hoop only works for baby lock brand.
This hoop will work for baby lock or brother. So, and then if you have something other than a baby lock or brother, then you'll want to check and see what their multi-position hoop is. So, yeah.
Prices are good for how long on machines?
Prices on these machines, this club deal, or not club deal, I'm so used to doing webinars in the club. This Everyone webinar deal is good through the end of the month. Okay, so through March 31st. Great question. Thank you for the webinars. Thank you, Debbie. I really appreciate you being here. Anyone else? So the webinar is officially over, but I am here to hang out and answer any questions you might have. And thank you all for being here. Do you need a coupon code for purchasing Little Sprouts? Jerry Lynn said. Nope. Jess has made it available right now, so no code is needed. Also, by the way, if you were with us yesterday on our webinar, we didn't do webinars yesterday. We did Facebook Lives yesterday. The Facebook Live yesterday, we talked about our half-yard bundle pattern, and that is so stinking cute. It's this year's, or this month's pattern is called Daisy Chain. Club members, you get that for free, so check the online portal to get your free pattern for that. If you're not a club member, the cost is only $4.99 for that pattern. Super, super cute. If you do one half-yard bundle, you can make a baby-size quilt. 2 half-yard bundles will make a throw, and 3 half-yard bundles will make a queen, of course, with some background fabric. So we still have those deals online for $20, you guys. Now is a great time to get that fabric. They are normally $32.99. So on the 20th of every month, we take them down to $20. So in honor of 2020, of course, right? So definitely get that. We did do it. We opened it up a day early. Yesterday, we brought it on because I didn't want to take the place of today's webinar. So yesterday, Mary Glad, one of our content creators, did her Facebook Live yesterday at 11. You can still find it on our Facebook page and be able to find out more about that pattern. It's really cute, and all those bundles are available online, $20. If there's a bundle that you wanted and it says it's sold out, just give us a call or email us, and we'll see if we have it. Just the website isn't getting updated in real time, so we may still have some of those bundles, so don't worry about that. Let's see. Lana, you bought the club in December but cannot access it. Lana, send an email to theclub@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com and they will be able to help you out. Sherry usually answers those emails and she can help you get on that right away. Yep. Club members, if you're having any trouble with anything, getting on the website, finding your specials, just email us, theclub@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. We'll make sure and take care of you right away. Okay, yeah, Carol, if you can't find the bundle for $20, it says all sold out, call us, send us an email. We'll be happy to get that figured out for you. No worries. Let's see, Terry asked, have you used the Janome S9 with your designs? Yes, I love the S9. The S9 is also a sewing and embroidery machine. You certainly can use the grid for that, with that, and it helps you get a little bit more out of your hoops, so for multi-hooping. Thanks, Marianne. Shirley says she can't find the Little Sprouts pattern on the site. It's there, I promise you. If you will, maybe in the search button, look up Sprouts, it will pop up. So our email address for the club is theclub@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. We also have the email for online. If you have questions online, just do online@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Or if you want to email me, I'm happy to respond as well. You can find me at Chris, K-R-I-S, @mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. The hoop size for the Verve is the 4x4, and then you can also buy an additional multi-position hoop that ends up being 4x7. Okay. Again, the Verve is a sewing and embroidery machine for $6.99. So great deal. Janome 230E is $100 less, but it is embroidery machine only. Carol asked, do you sell the Accord, and what is the difference between that and the Verve? Yes, Carol, we do sell the Accord. The Accord has an additional hoop, so it is a larger hoop with a 5x7. So you do get 2 hoops with the Accord. The Accord is sewing and embroidery, and yeah, I love that machine as well. Christine, I've asked the question, they're not getting answered.
We check those every day.
We check them every day, so I'm not sure. Make sure you're doing My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop has 2 P's in it, SHOPPE, or send me an email, Chris at My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. I'm not sure. I know they check those emails every single day, so I'm not sure what's happening, but we will for sure be able to take care of you. Do not worry about that at all. Or give us a ring. You can, a phone call, call the Logan store, 435-213-3229, or our Sandy store is 801-647-7739. Thank you, Janice. She says, your customer service is extraordinary. Thank you. That means a lot. We're trying. We are trying our very best. Donna asks, is it possible to see last week's webinar with Kim? Yes, if you're a club member, though. That was a club member exclusive webinar. So if you're a club member, you certainly can. And it's on our club member Facebook page as well as the membership portal. Christine asks, is the store open? Yes and no. Our Sandy store is closed right now. Between the coronavirus and the earthquake that we had 2 days ago, we just decided to just close down for now. Okay, but we do have people who are still there. You know, there's still things that have to be done in the shop with just running things from behind the scenes. So definitely give them a call and they will set it up by appointment only. So that's not a problem at all. Our Logan store, we kept open from 10 to 1 for today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Just 10 to 1 for walk-in customers. But again, you can certainly do an appointment. Give us a call. We're there. We're there. We want to be able to take care of you any way we can. So please, by all means, give us a call, set up an appointment. In fact, we had someone coming in today after hours to do a lesson with Lisa on the embroidery machine. We can do that. So let us help you out. Okay. And of course, online is available 24/7. All right. Is there any way? Amy, is there a way to purchase the materials for Oh Happy Day event since it was canceled? Unfortunately, there is not, Amy. However, if you were signed up for that event, you can come by and pick up your kit, but we cannot just sell the kits for those people who are not signed up for the event. And yes, we have stabilizer in both stores. So you can certainly call us, tell us what you want, or come on in by giving us a call. We'll open the doors for you. You can grab your stabilizer or we can bring it out to you curbside. That's not a problem. All right. Cindy asked, what's the link to log into the club on My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop? If you go to mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com, at the very top, it says the club. Go ahead and click on that link, and that's where you can sign up to be a club member and to log in as well. And that's where you can log in as well, Jess tells me. Julia asked, can you use the 4x4 hoop for the Kimber Bear? Unfortunately, no. That does need to be done on a 5x7 hoop. Great questions. Thank you, Donna. She says she's new to us and she doesn't know much about anything we all do, but hey, I'm glad you're here and I hope you stay with us for a long time to come. Welcome, welcome. Any other questions? You all are so great. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes and see if there's anything else I can help you with. By the way, today at 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time will be another Facebook Live. So go to Facebook to find that. And I will be doing today at 4 o'clock is our Baby Lock Bonanza. So I'm going to show you some fun things with the Baby Lock machines and share some good deals that we have going on inside the store for that. So yesterday we did our Janome Jubilee. Today is Baby Lock Bonanza, and tomorrow is the Handy Quilter Hurrah. I kind of like alliteration. Can you tell? So join us at 4 o'clock for that. What is the name of your favorite pen for fabric? Evelyn asks. I know there's some people who don't like the friction pen. I still am a huge fan of the friction pen. However, I would always test my fabric first to see if it leaves any ghost lines on it. The friction pen, for those who might not know, is a pen that you mark and then you take an iron and it goes away. And I still love that for many things, but I always check my fabric first. If I'm having problems with ghosting, then I would use just a regular water-soluble pen, okay? Oh, Carolyn said, Mike Johns let us know about MGQS, and first time I had heard, and love your shop and all you do. My bank account has started getting shocked. Thanks, Carolyn. You are so sweet. That is really kind of you. Thank you. I love Mike Johns. He is my buddy for sure. We are good pals. So yeah. Shout out to Mike out there. You know, there's certain people you meet and you just go, you know what? You just connect with them, right? Mike Johns is one of those educators that and dear friends, good friend of both my own Mike. I have two Mikes in my life, right? Mike Johns, good friend of my own Mike and myself, for sure. Our whole family. Okay, you bet. No problem. All right, everyone. Thank you again so much for joining us on today's webinar. I hope you learned something new. Head over to My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, our Facebook page. Comment on something new you learned today, something that maybe you hadn't thought of before, and you'll be entered in to win one of 3 different $50 gift cards. Sound good? All right, my friends. Thank you so much. We'll send out a follow-up email, so don't worry if you didn't get the links earlier. And I hope to see you at 4 o'clock today on Facebook Live. See you soon. Stay healthy and be safe.